Well, that same storm system caused a series of devastating weekend tornadoes in the south. Hardest hit was the town of Dumas, Arkansas, where 40 people were hurt. Mark Strassman reports.
North Texans saw a menace in the sky and ran, or just cowered and prayed, like people in 5 storm-tossed states. In Dumas, Arkansas, the sky really was falling. Everything began tumbling, roofs, walls, and people's courage.
And we all fell on the floor, and everybody fell on top of each other. And I started crying out to God. I said, God, this is in your hands, and we want you to take care of us today.
Nothing could save much of Dumas, where there were door-to-door searches for the missing. The swath of ruin runs 5 miles long and a half-mile wide.
We're getting our clothes out of our closet, just stuff we're going to try to dry. Everything else is gone. It's just gone.
But in their shock, many people here spot a miracle.
A lot of people are hurt.
Dozens were hurt, but no one was killed.
If you look at the building, you'll understand it's something you just have to pray real hard about. And I will say this was a miracle. God protect us all.
Across the border in Oklahoma, that same storm system spread heavy rain and spawned twisters. LaFour County isn't certain whether it was a tornado, but something left its landscape mangled and its residents awed.
When we got out here, people were just kind of wandering around looking, like, wow, what happened?
Just as dazed, but even more damaged, Dumas is under a dusk-to-dawn curfew. People feel more vulnerable, with good reason, and no one needs looters to worsen the misery. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.
The big winter storm that left 8 people dead as it plowed through the plains in the Midwest is battering the East Coast this morning. Here in New York, a mix of snow, sleet, and rain is making for a very messy morning commute. ABC's Eric Hong has more on the path of the storm.
In the twisted remains of their homes, the people of Dumas, Arkansas searched for the tokens of their lives that were scattered in a moment of terror.
Everything else is gone. It's just gone. Everything's water damage and sopping wet.
Crews walked from one shattered house to another, looking for possible victims. The storm injured at least 27 people, but remarkably, no one was killed.
And I will say this was a miracle. God protect us all.
Still, the mayor says with 1/3 of the town's businesses in ruins, it'll take at least a year for this community to get back on its feet. The same storm system that spread violent weather across the south is now blanketing the Northeast with snow.